Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. I'm the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we started exploring Tristan this free day. We talked to everybody in Tristan. We're off to the university now, to the academy. There is a difference between academy and university, right? Alright, as per usual, we'll start at the top of the academy and then work our way down, because we do want to talk to everybody. I'll leave off in the library with this episode so I can catch up to my horrible technology knowledge again, because as a substitute teacher I'm gonna have to answer some questions correctly, and I'd rather do some homework before I do that. Looks like you've got some questions. Well, that's too bad. You've gotta just learn how to use the computers through experience. Gee, thanks, instructor. That said, you normally find computers in research facilities and the like, so how does Instructor Makarov know so much about them? Seriously though, do me a favor and don't ask for my help on our free days. I just want to relax, not fry my brain answering every little thing you ask. Yeah, good teacher. I'm glad I don't have one like that. Because I don't have any teachers right now. Jesus. Are you planning on spending today running around the campus on more of the student council's errands? You're a strange one to say the least. You say that, but maybe you'd like to join me? I'm afraid I'll have to decline. At any rate, if being an errand boy is your thing, at least do it with the competence befitting a noble. Will do. I'm not particularly given to putting myself at the whims of others and running to and fro on their behalf. But if that's your thing, at least do it with a competence befitting a noble. It's a wind orchestra tradition to hold a concert every summer. If the new recruits keep getting better, I think this year is gonna be the best one ever. Well, I guess we'll just have to practice enough to make sure that happens. Elliot is definitely head and shoulders above the other recruits. I can't wait to see how much he improves by the time summer rolls around. I knew that the clubs here were pretty serious, but I was still surprised when I heard that we were going to perform. I suppose it's nice to see that the Wind Orchestra holds its members to the Academy's high standards. I wonder if Alan would come along if I've invited him. It's been so long since I've seen Alan, but I can't find the chance to even talk to him. Maybe I'll see if I can find him in the training hall later. It turns out the Wind Orchestra puts on a yearly performance. Just thinking about it is making me excited. We've got our practical exam and the midterms to deal with before that though. With so much lined up, I feel like our time here will be over before we know it. Hope we can make the most of it. Concerts, practical exams, midterms. With so much lined up, I feel like our time here will be over before we know it. Hope we can make the most of it. I was practicing my flute and... Oh, you're flute man. You brought that on. Never mind. I'm practicing my flute and it kinda broke. Just a part of it. But I stuck it right back on, so it should be a-okay, right? Okay, don't panic. It's working well enough for now, so we should be good. I hope. Oh, Mint. Hey, wait. I forgot about you. Highbell is doing a very nice job guiding the Wind Orchestra. They even have a performance planned for later in the year. They might not even need it, but I'll be sure to provide all the assistance I can as their advisor. It's nice to see the Wind Orchestra improving and setting its own goals. They might not even need it, but I'll be sure to provide all of my assistance. Margarita brings an indomitable sense of creativity to her cooking. It's really interesting. If anyone ends up creating an entire new dish in this club, it's going to be her. I feel as though it's vital to let your creativity guide your cooking, even if it leads to your food smelling like soap. Oh. By the way, that's a giant pan. Have you ever seen a pan that large? That's double the size of his hip. Like, from handle to the end of the pan. That's his hip twice. That's long. That's like 60... No, not 60 centimeters. That's like... That's almost... Like 80 centimeters? That's long. Jesus, that's a big pan. Last time I baked cookies, nobody even tried them. Perhaps it's because I let them get cold and men couldn't be drawn in by their exquisite smell. Time to make a new batch, this time with extra rose extract. It brings out the pheromones, you know. I know quite a bit about roses. Ah, what a lovely scent. Be careful. Approaching Clara when she's like that is asking for trouble. Annoy her enough and she'll start chasing you with her chisel. Don't ask me how, I know. I wonder if most other artists are like Clara. If so, the art world is a terrifying place. Oh, hello, Rean. Sorry, did I interrupt you? Nah, it's alright. Clara instructed me to do some designs, so I've been spending the day working on those. I felt a bit tired after finishing a couple of them, though, so I'm just taking a break for now. Ha, sounds like you've been working hard at least. I kind of want to see what he's like when he's drawing. 4 events already? Oh. Now is not the time! I'm trying to hear this statue's voice! I can almost hear it. Don't make a sound. You're hearing the statue's voice? Of course. No one here. Fair enough. People, I'm looking for you. Receptionist woman. Instructor Sarah joined the faculty last year at Principal Van Dix's recommendation. I don't know what she did before, but her prowess and judgment are supposedly exceptional. It would be quite an honor to be scouted by the principal at such a young age. She does seem a little lackadaisical at times, though. Principal Van Dyck himself recommended that Instructor Sarah started working here. While she can seem a little lazy once in a while, there's no denying that she's exceptional at what she does. What was that word? What was that? I already forgot something with lackadaisical. I have never read that word before. Ah, look at you. Good day, Fee. Are you here for a nap? That's just fine by me. Go ahead and use one of our free beds. Let me go get some tea and sweets for you, too. Great. It always smells nice in here. Kind of relaxes me. I'm happy to see that Fee joined a club. It's always good to have something that you can devote yourself to. You are students, after all. Might as well make the most of your time here by trying all sorts of different things. She joined a club? What club? Do I know what club she joined? I wonder. I don't. I have no idea. Intriguing. We'll do some research later. Her habit of disappearing every free day never changes, does it? Who am I referring to? Your instructor, of course! Though she may be marginally competent with what she teaches, she isn't completely lacking in diligence. Perhaps the upcoming midterms will give me the opportunity to finally give her an attitude adjustment. The upcoming midterms will be a fine indicator as to whether or not she's worthy to be an instructor. Should the results turn out as I hope, I might finally be able to convince the principal to do something about her. You wouldn't be privy to Instructor Veilstein's whereabouts, would you? Her combat studies are scheduled for the same time as my military science lessons, and I've been trying to resolve that. Unfortunately, none of my attempts to contact her have received any reply. What on earth could she be doing? Given that she's getting hammered in the dorm, perhaps honesty isn't the best policy right now. It must be rough for someone so straight-laced to work with someone like Instructor Sarah. Instructor Veilstein never changes. It doesn't matter what she once was. She's now an instructor at the Military Academy. She needs to act like one. He knows what she once was. We don't. But she was definitely military. In some organization. Oh, good lord, what the heck. I leave investigating the old schoolhouse in your hands this month, too. Be sure that you're fully prepared before entering, however. There's always a chance that you may run into another fiend. We will, sir. Incidentally, if you don't mind me asking, how much do you know about Fee? She's rather enigmatic, to say the least. She seems to have entered the old schoolhouse to explore on her own before. Fee Clausel has some special circumstances behind her, to say the least. However, I'm sure the time will come where she will trust her classmates enough to speak of it of her own free will. I see. You're probably right. I guess it's best to wait until she feels like telling us rather than trying to pry into it. I leave investigating the old schoolhouse in your hands this month too. Be sure that you're fully prepared before entering, however. There's always a chance that you may run into another fiend. The door to the conference room is locked. Angelica's a bit quirky, sure, but she knows how to get along with just about anybody. She'll treat them kindly, too. I bet that's why she's so well liked by everyone she comes across. It'll be something to see her years down the line when she's all grown up. Angelica may seem a little eccentric, but she's really pretty. She's really pretty well adjusted. It'll be something to it'll be something to see her years down the line when she's all grown up. But she's very pretty, well adjusted. We meet again, Mr. Schwarzer. Hey, Angelica. Oh wow, is that it? The orbital bike that George was building, I mean? You bet it is. It's in the middle of a tune-up right now, though. How about it? You want to hop on right behind me and go for a ride? Seriously? Ha, sorry. Just wanted to see how you'd react. I'm afraid I only let the ladies straddle me. Didn't mean to get your hopes up. Man, that's a bomb. Wait, what? Ha, glad to see you're interested, though. I haven't found a whole lot of people who actually want to take the handlebars, since it's just such an unusual ride. Stop by my bike club whenever the urge strikes you. You have a bike club? Lesbian and a bike club? Boy. What are you doing? I want to use that orbital computer too. And I'm done, finally. What were you doing? I was writing up the orbital bike report to send it to the Roar Institute of Technology. It is a shame that I can't just send it their way over the orbital net, though. We just learned about that the other day in class, but I'm still having trouble believing that it's really in development. A unified network for computers to exchange information sounds almost too helpful to be real. Sure does. Once it's properly introduced and distributed, the world's gonna be a very different place. It's still the testing phase though, so only some lucky spots have access. And unfortunately for me, there aren't any cables connecting us to Roar, so I can't send them any of my reports. I sent the Roar Institute of Technology periodic reports detailing everything we do with the orbital bike. It's mostly because the basic tech is still really early. There's tons of room to improve. I guess in that sense, it's great that we've got Angie testing the thing out whenever she can. Is anybody waiting at the schoolhouse? Of course, we're not going to do the schoolhouse event yet, but... doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it. Do 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 do. A girl named Fee joined our club recently. What a charming and unique young lady. I hope I'll be able to show her the joy of gardening. Fee hasn't stopped by yet. It's not as though participation is mandatory, however. Being able to stop by whenever you wish is part of the charm of the gardening club after all. Edel did see her sleeping over on that bench there. What connection does Fee have with gardening? I'm starting to get why my brother decided to enroll here. There are tons of great places to fish in and around the academy, like this pond for instance. I made sure to ask the gardening club if they were okay with me fishing here. They told me I was free to fish to my heart's content. This is the best. I would have liked a new fishing rod. Huh! Was it decided before the match began? A mere commoner could never... Was it decided before the match began? A mere commoner could never hope to match me in a duel. Well, no matter. Perhaps the unskilled can get something out of this club's repetition of the basics. Oh, it's you, Schwarzer. What a shame you arrived too late to bear witness to my valiance in battle. And here it starts. He's way too good. Crap, are all nobles this good at what they do? He's way too good. Come on, talk to Bridget, please. I let Alan and Patrick have a practice match since Patrick kept whining about having his basics locked down. I hate to say it, but that brat's got the skill to back up his big talk. And now I'm even more pissed off. Guess all that talk about being trained since he was a kid was true after all. Now I'm even more pissed off. Man, dude, you're like 5 centimeters taller than me. I hate it. It's all the hair. It's all in the hair. All in the hair. It's not his height. What? What are you doing? You're standing in midair. She's not on the ground. She's... Okay, that's the weirdest looking thing ever. Swimming's way harder than I have ever imagined. Worse yet, I'm starting to feel like I'll never get better. I feel like I'm just wasting all the time Laura spends teaching me. You really weren't able to give her an animation for doing this? That's real odd. I realize she is a beginner, but is it really such a difficult goal? I could swim 50 arch with ease not long after I began. Whatever the case may be, having her put all into accomplishing this seems to be my only option. This seems kind of intense for a beginner. Once more, Monica. Constant practice is the only sure path to improve at anything, and that includes swimming. Klein got a letter from his siblings earlier. Whatever it said, it was serious enough to make him skip out on today's practice. I hope he's okay. How am I supposed to practice when I'm already worried like this? I don't know. Think of something. Do 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 do. No one up here. No one's ever been up here. Lambert! It pleases me to see Paula so enthusiastic. However, Juices does have a point. Doting too much on the horses will end up doing more harm than good. His words may be harsh, but I believe that he only says them because he cares. We have plenty of people to care for the horses, so there's no need to demand everyone's presence. It seems to me that Juices only means to do right by the horses. Looks like the high and mighty Juices Alberea didn't think practice was worth its valuable time today. Does he honestly think he can do whatever he pleases just because he's got a bit of experience caring for horses? It would do him a lot of good to try to be more like Lambert. Why does Lambert even like him in the first place? His only redeeming quality is his experience with horses. He might have won Lambert over, but if he thinks I'm gonna accept him as he is, he's got another thing coming. Alright, we're gonna be clocking some sprint times today. Eliza Ferris, you're up first. Why must I be paired against the likes of her? Well, you're both newcomers, right? Kinda obvious. Oh, and by the way, you better not so much as think about skipping out on cleaning duty today. Eliza's been worrying about something or another, so I figured I'd try and help her out. Hopefully she'll be able to keep it off her mind while she's here at least. Emily will not hold back regardless of who she's dealing with. Seeing her like this reminds me of when we first met. Emily will not hold back regardless of who she's dealing with. Seeing her like this reminds me of when we first met. You've told everyone that you're a noble now, right? Yeah, I did. Machias isn't too happy with that turn of events, though. Do you regret it? No, not really. They would have found out eventually. I do want to make up with Machias, though. Perhaps it's about time I tell everyone about my family, too? Anyway, I should focus on practice for now. Oh, right. Call me when you need me to explore the old schoolhouse with you. From here on, I'm on board with this whole investigation thing. Thanks, I appreciate the help. I will absolutely not lose to Eliza. She might be a quick learner, but that's nothing compared to years upon years of practice. I will absolutely not lose. Rah, fighting spirit and a pink-haired lady will give everything I've got. The auditorium doors are locked. All right. I should have started off in the student union building. I should always do that now. What? Crow is not the most diligent student, but he's always looking out for others. I'm definitely not saying you should look up to him, though. Not with his tab getting bigger and bigger by the week, at least. But he's not all bad. Crow's got his good points. He's definitely not the role model, though. That Crow's tab is starting to get a tiny bit out of hand. But he does seem to have much money to spend, so I can never bring myself to turn him down. But he doesn't seem to have much money to spend. It's probably because I've got a son of my own about his age. It's hard to turn someone down who reminds you of your kid. My son works over in Heimdallr. It makes it harder to be stern with kids his age, that's for sure. James. So, you met Crow and Angelica, huh? Those two are natural-born troublemakers. The vice principal won't lecture Angelica since she's from one of the 4 great houses, but Crow's not so lucky. They're pretty good people once you get to know them. But if you're looking for role models, you better hope the 3rd time's the charm. I've known Crow and Angelica since last year. They're both good people, but trying to find better 2nd years to take after. You got new stuff? No, you don't have new stuff. Oh, that is new stuff. That is strength up. Doom. Doom, doom. And is 30 additional defense and 5 arts defense. And that's 15 defense right there. What would that cost? 4 sets of the armored equipment. 4,000. 45 defense. That's a tall order. I have to honestly buy 5 though. Because we're gonna be able to switch in Gaius now. Oh, money! Why do you have to go in all kinds of places? Money is so hard to come by. Fuck it, I'm buying. I'm buying it. No, I don't want to talk to you. I want to buy your shit. Give me your shit. I'm gonna buy 5. I don't care. Sue me. Yeah, sue me. I bought it. And now I'm gonna forget equipping it. Oh, never mind. I can equip you guys right here. You take an armored vest. You take an armored vest. You take some metal spikes. You take some metal spikes. And an armored vest. And you take some armored vest and metal spikes. Wait, what the heck? You already had metal spikes? Ha! You don't have accessories. Coral ring. Prevent seal. That's nice. And prevent blind. Seems nice as well. What did this do? Strength up and prevent faint. I hate faint. I don't care about poison. It had defense up on it. Evasion is more useful on Gaius. Because he starts out with... I don't know what it's called, but he starts out with a really strong buff. So... Emma said she'll be stopping by this evening. I better sort out my recommended reading for her. Oh, I love this one, but it might be too much to hand off to her at such an early stage. Right, there's no point in rushing through these things. I should give her some appropriate starter material. I can be patient. True corruption is a slow burn after all. I have no idea what's going on here. I do have a slight idea. Oh, you're in Machias's class too, right? What are you doing here? Oh, I was just passing by, so I thought I'd drop in. Well, to be honest, I was hoping for a chance to talk to you. Well, I've got nothing to talk to you about. I'd rather you just left me alone. I'm busy plotting how to take your dear fellow nobles down in a few notches. Machias, are you okay? Oh, this strategy backfired. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. You two aren't exactly on the best of terms right now, are you? Don't worry, the burning flame of your true friendship shall steer the two of you through any hardship. Thanks. I'm busy right now. Why don't you go frolic around with Alberea instead? Gone fishing, Kenneth. What? You don't lock your place, huh? Heyo. Oh, hi, Rean. I hear you ran into Angie yesterday. Angie? Ah, Angelica. Yep, that's her. Crow, George, Angelica, and I have all been friends since we were first years. I was wondering about that, actually. How did you all come to be friends? None of you were in the same class, and you're all part of different clubs, so... Ah, The Academy gave us all a little assignment of sorts to take care of last year. And as we learned to work together, we gradually became good friends. Well, that makes sense. Considering everyone in Class 7 comes from different backgrounds, I wouldn't be surprised if you had some disagreements, but I'm sure you'll get past them and come to understand one another eventually, just like we did. You can do it. Thanks. I really hope I can do that with Magias. Today seems like it's going to be another busy day, but now we've got you to help us out. You sure did make our lives easier last month, so I figure I'll be really able to lean on you this time. Oh, it's starting to get worrisome. Alright, let's head over to the library. Library. It appears that Emma has joined the literature club. This could go very, very badly. I hope that Dorothy doesn't end up corrupting Emma with her unique proclivities. Perhaps I should intervene before it's too late. Dorothy recommends books to me from time to time, and yes, I've read one or two. It goes without saying that we cannot let her get to our pure-hearted first years. What do you mean you've read them? You've read them and you think badly of them. Well, what sense does that make? Why did you read them if you didn't enjoy them? Emperor Drykos himself ordered the construction of the old schoolhouse about 230 years ago. All that lies beneath it, however, has supposedly been here since the Dark Ages. One theory even says that the lower structure was used to seal away a particularly dangerous spirit. Just thinking about what could be down there is so exciting, isn't it? Oh, don't worry too much. The spirit theory is likely taken from some old folk tale. Perhaps though, just perhaps, there might be enough evidence down there to prove that theory right. Second year student, I suppose you've gotten used to life at the academy by now. That's good, since things aren't going to get any easier from here on out. There's the midterm examinations, summer break if you're a noble. The Academy Festival, you ain't seen nothing yet. Huh, and you'll be surprised by how fast it all flies by, too. Don't take your time here for granted, or you'll be sorry. I suppose you've gotten used to school life by now. 3 days were practically made for studying. They're the perfect opportunity to get a leg up on my academic rivals. 3 days were practically made for studying. Alright, before we do decline the substitute teacher quest, I will read up on the matter. But for the moment, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode as well. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.